What's up, guys? Jabber Game and Jaws here, coming to you with another topic of discussion today. I wanted to talk about the difference of physical copies of games versus digital games and where I see things going in the future. Um, I have pretty much been, doubled down on buying physical copies. I like physical copies. I like collecting physical copies. I like feeling like I actually own something. I like, being able to lend it to a friend. I like having the option of reselling a game if I think it's crap. It's also just something that I'm used to. It's how it's been my entire life. I don't think that that's the case for a lot of people, especially younger people coming up. The whole digital distribution thing is fine, and who cares, and it's convenient and whatever. And I totally get that. And my mind was actually kind of going that way a little bit, which is why I wanted to kind of like dip my toes in the water. I was thinking, maybe with this next generation, maybe I'll just switch over to being digital only. Um, and so it made me, I decided, I'll try this here. I wanted to play Rise of the Tomb Raider. It's a 4-year-old game. I wanted to try it on Xbox One X because I know that it's a better version of it than on the PS4 Pro, which I already own a physical copy of. So I get on the store, try to buy it. For a 4-year-old game that would cost me $13.50 at GameStop, they're asking $60. No, not doing that. So then that just really got me thinking about down the road. So when we don't have options, right now we still have options. We can go to Walmart, we can go to Target, we can go to, GameStop, we can go to Best Buy. When these options, continue to fade out and physical copies become less and less and digital copies become more and more, it's going to be a lot harder to buy. Like, I feel like basically they're getting to where they're going to have much more of a hold on our ability to buy games. So it's going to be like, oh well, if you don't want to pay this exorbitant, extremely ridiculous price on a 4-year-old game, then you need to become a part of our membership program, and you need to pay us like a monthly fee, and you're going to get all this shit that I personally would never take advantage of. I don't play a lot of online games. I'm very particular about the games that I want to play. I have a backlog of, like, precisely what I want to play. I don't want, like, oh, you get all these free games. It's like, unless the exact games I want to play are in that list, then I don't want them. I'm not going to play them. Um, so I just feel like there's going to come a point, if we don't have the option of buying a physical game, of being forced to pay for things that you don't necessarily want. And I'm just kind of not looking forward to that. And I mean, it's so understood now that, like, if a game comes out and you don't want to pay $60 for it, well, you'll wait. 3 months, 6 months, a year, whatever. Eventually, you're going to be able to go and buy a used copy, and it's going to be cheaper. Um, when the physical copies are not available to us, that's not going to be the option. And at that point, we're going to be like, oh, I want to play this 4-year-old Rise of the Tomb Raider game. Oh, well, the only place I can get it is the digital store, so I'm going to have to pay $60 as if I was buying it day one when it first came out. I think this experience is just really, thinking about it more and considering the implications for the future, it's really just making me double down on wanting to just buy physical copies of games. I don't think that we can avoid this forever. I think that eventually physical media is just going to go away. I don't know how long that is. I know there's a lot of us out there who still like buying physical copies. We know that GameStop is, like, trying with everything in them to continue to survive. The only way that they survive is if we continue to buy physical games. And when I see the future of digital, I'm not impressed. If it was going to be simply physical to digital and no other change, like no subscriptions, no memberships, games continue to drop in price as they get older, that wouldn't be as much of a big deal. But I don't think that's the way it's going to go. The only thing that we would have hope for not having complete just shit is the competition between the different services. Like, maybe then we would be able to get, good prices. But then you're like, oh, do I buy it on this console or this console? Like, you're still not going to have all the options that we have now for buying games. It's kind of a grim future to me, to be honest, and I think that I was a little bit naive about it. even up to like last week when I was like, yeah, maybe I'll just, go digital and start buying digital games because, it would be convenient and I don't really resell stuff much. But to realize that they can just charge you whatever they want. And if there's no physical media out there as an alternative, then they're really going to just charge you whatever they want. That was a big wake up call. So, what do you guys think? Am I missing something? Am I completely saying what you're thinking? Have you guys all known this like forever? And I'm just kind of coming up to it. Like, these are things that I just haven't had to deal with because I've always bought physical copies. So it's like, yeah, of course an older game is going to be cheaper. Yeah, of course, like, I don't need to buy a subscription in order to buy games. Like, I just go to the store and I buy it. And, I can pretty much understand what's coming. And yeah, I don't know. Just some thoughts that I had about this whole digital future that we're going into, and I'm just hoping that it's not as bleak as it seems like it could be, and that we do have more options, and that you're really giving up your ability to own something. It's tough. Even when you buy a game, you're not buying a game. You're basically paying to rent the right to play it. They can take it away anytime they want. You don't own anything. All right, guys, talk to you later. Have a good one.